You're listening to Opinions in Beer.
Wow. Put a lot of oxygen into the fermenting yeast. They go aerobic and they start multiplying.
Great American Ale Off.
Cause of death. Dun dun dun.
It tastes worse than Bud Light.
Straight up 10. Audio first, then video. Yeah. Hello and welcome to Opinions and Beer. I'm your host, Adam. Who the hell is next to me? What the world? I've never seen two people sandwich me like this before. So here's the thing. And you might think I'm going to say something, but that's actually the name of this podcast right here. This duo right here has a Silsbee, Texas podcast called Here's the Thing. They give you the lowdown, the rundown, everything that's going on in Silsbee, Texas, and they tell you their opinions on the going-ons and whatnots of what should be happening to progress Silsbee, Texas. So tell me, guys, how'd you come up with the name, So Here's the Thing?
John, you want to take it away?
Yeah, so what happened was when we had always wanted to do something like this. We had this idea of creating something beautiful for this town, but we never could come up with a name for it. So one night I was sitting at home and I was thinking about what the name is, and my wife, I said, we were having a conversation and I looked at her and I said, you know what? So here's the thing. And she just stopped. And she was like, that's it. And I said, what's it? And she goes, that's the name of your podcast. That's what you say every time you're about to give a compelling and passionate statement.
I think
so here's the thing.
Shut up.
That might be what it is too. Yeah.
Just wanted you to shut up. That's a good name though. It's catchy. It sticks really well. I really like that. I really enjoy it. And you have a nice little catchy catchphrase you can start off every episode with. So here's the thing. Here's the thing today. So here's the thing that I've noticed. Your damn four-way stop over here in Silsbee, Texas, right next to in front of O'Reilly's. That needs to be fixed. That thing, it takes 30 minutes for a damn light to turn green. So here's the thing for that.
I don't guess you ever got caught by the train.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Oh, no, I've been caught by the train. I've been caught. The train that's annoying too. Like when you're trying to leave Brookshire Brothers and it's all backed up. Things need to be fixed here in Silsbee, Texas.
Right. that's why we're here to do. Yeah, that's what we're here to do. And by the way, we talk about the train all the time, and there's actually a Facebook page for that train. It's called the effing train. And the funny thing about that is, it sucks, but at the same time, there wouldn't be a Silsbee without it. So
it's true.
It's kind of cool, even though it is kind of annoying sometimes.
It is kind of annoying. How about this light? Do you have the same issue with this light at 4 a.m. when the damn light won't turn green?
Yeah. Most people in Silsbee, they've learned little tricks to bypass that, but
look, go by. Yeah. No, when you're driving to Woodville in the morning and it's 4 a.m. and you get to that red light and it's just red and there's a damn cop sitting on the other side just waiting for you to run the damn thing because no one's around.
Right.
How annoying.
Yeah.
30 minutes. I once sat for 30 minutes and I was like, what is going on? I finally just turned right and then I went to the turning lane. I went to the dang I went into the church parking lot and then exited out of there.
That's the loophole right there.
Yeah, that's it.
Just to get around not being pulled over by a police officer to running a red light where no one was around. I don't know. That's just crazy. But I did find, I think there's a trick to it. I think it's like, I think that particular light, cause usually lights they're on a timer, but I think that one is motion sensor.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And so for the longest time, I was in like a little car, and I noticed if I would park 2 cars back, it would turn green. So I finally, there were times where like, fuck, let me back up because I would park a little too close, and so let me back up this time. Oh man, today I have to back up and park, and then it turned green and fun stuff. But
and use the flash and light trick.
Yeah.
What are some perks? What do you love about Silsbee? What makes Silsbee so great to you?
Ben, you want to start?
Well, we ask the same thing to all of our guests on our show, and we always get the same answer, and it's the people, the community. Everyone here always tends to band together if something bad's going on, the hurricanes, or if anybody's ever in need. The whole community of Silsbee always bands together, and we stick together, and we get through it as a family.
Right.
So with the Chamber of Commerce and the EDC, we have a new catchphrase for Silsbee, and that's "One Town, One Heartbeat."
Right.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
One town, one heartbeat. I like that. Community.
And so the idealism behind this is, for me, because we both grew up here. We've lived here our whole lives, and one of the things that we absolutely adore about the town, like he said, the people, but just the history of this town, because you don't think about it, but this is actually right here is the cultural melting pot for the entire Piney Woods, because without Silsbee, without Nathaniel Silsbee and John Henry Kirby coming here first, you don't have any of the rest of it. And in fact, like I've stated before, John Henry Kirby actually moved up north, and actually that's Kirbyville and stuff like that. And but to me, honestly, it's just it's all the cool features about this town, and you don't see them if you just drive through. You actually have to stop and look at them. But there are some really cool historical places around this town. There are some cool monuments, and you just enjoy the town. We have one of the best canoe trails, in fact, third best in the nation.
Prime bird watching. People from all over the world come here.
So it's a pretty cool place to be.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've gone canoeing before, and like with the Boy Scouts and whatnot, gone canoeing and camping on the outskirts of these the creeks.
I flipped a couple kayaks in that.
Yeah, flipping kayaks, losing phones, getting phones wet. But yeah, it's really cool. So what happens when you have perfected Silsbee? And you no longer have a, so here's, do you always have a, so here's the thing?
Oh, we'll always have a, so here's the thing.
There's always going to be a thing.
Yeah.
Always going to be a thing.
So we say, Silsbee is the base of operations. Eventually, we have bigger plans, but we're always going to have our hometown and make Silsbee the best it can be. And that's our plan. We want to reach out to Silsbee and make it the absolute best place in the world. Because like I was saying before the show, I was talking to him, and one of the things about it is, there's so much negativity in the world right now. There's so much that people want to complain about, and nobody ever looks at the positive side of it. And so our show actually takes that. It looks at the positive side of things. Now, don't get me wrong. We know that not everything is positive, and we know that some things are just informational driven, and that's something that we relay to. However, I think you can take anything that you find in the world and flip it and make a positive out of it. So that's kind of what we got going on.
That's really cool. I really like everything that you're doing right now. I love what you're doing for your community, and that's kind of why you guys are really popular right now, because people notice. People take notice of someone that really appreciates their city and takes the time to actually want to improve it. And I think people definitely are seeing that with you two guys, and that's very commendable.
Finding something that needs to be done and just doing it. No one's done anything like this for Silsbee in a really long time. I mean, we have our local news sources and things like that, but there's really nothing else that brings anybody else into community events that they otherwise wouldn't see. So that's why we're there, to either give video or the information for and help drive the people of the city back in to focus on what's important to us.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to just relay something real quick. Yeah. I know, so Ben is our producer, and I'm actually one of the hosts. There's actually two more people, Josh Caraway and David Collins. Josh is actually helping with the audio video and helping me with just other projects, technological. And then we've got David, who is the co-host, who has we've all been really big friends growing up since we were little. And so without those two guys, also, we wouldn't be able to do this. So yeah, just give y'all a shout out, Josh, David. Thank you.
So I noticed you guys, you do a lot of while also, talking to city councilmen and stuff and how to improve the city, you're also doing a lot of things for local businesses and promoting them. How did you get with them and whatnot? I see you're more of like an advertising show.
Correct. Yeah. Go ahead, Ben.
Well, I'm tired of seeing businesses open up in Silsbee and then last a couple months and shut down because no one goes to support them.
Right.
Everybody should be supporting local business, whether it be here in Silsbee, Lumberton, Beaumont, anywhere in Southeast Texas. Support your local businesses. Get out of the big chains. We have so many little local restaurants. The coffee shop that we're at right now, Frenchie's.
Yeah.
Get out here and support your people. They're trying to do something for you guys as well as we are.
By the way, Frenchie's, we want to give a shout out to them too. We wouldn't be able to do any of this without them. We're building the new studio right now, and that's why we've been kind of quiet the last couple of weeks. But we're doing it inside their coffee shop, which they're now opening up a new coffee shop right across the street from us. But it's inside there, and so they've really been beneficial to helping us make this dream become a reality. So if you ever are in Silsbee and you're looking for some good coffee, go buy Frenchie's.
Yeah, I noticed, we're in this one, and I've seen the new place, and it looks like they are expanding quite so much, and they have like a little room for you guys. You're going to have your own little studio room right there for everybody. That's going to be really cool. So whenever Frenchie's opens up their new location, be sure to check it out if you're ever in the Silsbee, Texas area. And across the street, we seen, while I was there checking out your new location, across the street, they're working on something over there. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Is that a spoiler?
We can't talk about it just yet.
All I can say is tune in tomorrow night at
at 6:30.
6:30.
Or tonight.
No, it's tomorrow night. It's Thursday.
Tonight.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
On Thursday.
on Thursday, tune in at 6:30 live. So here's the thing. We're going to be bringing a big announcement to not only the city, but to everybody who loves this part of the area.
This isn't just big. I would say it's monumental.
It's monumental. Absolutely. That's good.
Woo! It might even be historical.
And it's going to be, not to pun a catchphrase, but it's going to be glorious.
Glorious!
I knew you would get it. That's what I said.
That's a wrestling reference.
Yeah, it is.
It's a wrestling.
5 times.
So people are coming down here, Silsbee, Texas. They see your podcast. They say, "Man, I'm gonna check out Silsbee, Texas. I'm gonna go canoeing and whatnot. Check out the sites. Check out all this stuff." Top 3 businesses that they should absolutely visit before they leave Silsbee.
Well, number 1, Frenchie's. Of
Yeah.
course.
Number 1's Frenchie's.
Definitely Frenchie's.
If you want some good, authentic, home-cooked Mexican food, Little
Yeah.
Mexico,
Right.
there, the old
Little
Domino's
Mexico.
location in the Pine Plaza.
I can't really give just 3. Like, I can give a bunch.
Yeah.
Little Mexico, Tiger Hut, Chris's Cajun Stop. If you need
Chris's.
information about Silsbee, you can go by the Visitor Center Monday through Friday. They can give you all the information you need. Just go in and see Sonia Kelly. One of the reasons we do what we do is because of her, and we call them our superheroes, her and Christy Sanders Brown. They are phenomenal people. She actually heads up the Silsbee Economic Development Corporation, and they have just been our biggest cheerleaders since this started.
Those are 2 of the hardest working ladies I've ever met.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, go by the canoe rental place. It's right there off of 96. Go by and see them and get you some canoes and go canoe the place. Go check out the woods, like just the woods and it's we have beautiful countryside around here.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And go down to the creek, Baby Galvez. You can go down 327 right there, or you could go down to I call it the 96 Bridge, which is right between Silsbee and Lumberton. But yeah, all these different places, man. Go see them. Go check them out. It's a great place.
Is there any places to stay while you're in Silsbee?
So right now we have I believe, what's it called? The Pinewood Lodge or Pinewood Inn?
Pinewood Inn?
Pinewood Inn, yeah. You can go there. Other than that, I don't think there's I don't know.
I thought the other hotel closed.
Yeah, I think
Out
it
that way
did
after
close.
one of the
The
hurricanes.
96 Motel?
Yeah.
I think it closed. But
So a lot of people may have to stay outside of Silsbee when
Right.
they come in.
right.
Okay, well that's no bad. There's like a bunch of hotels. If you want to
But I think that's something that Silsbee's working on at the moment.
Yeah,
so.
about getting a way for
Right.
outside visitors to come and really.
Because he mentioned the bird watching stuff. Like there are people that come all over the world for that. Like
I know.
they've met
Yeah.
people from Japan and stuff, so they have to stay somewhere, obviously. So
Yeah, I was gonna say even like I think Kuntz even has they have a couple of hotels just because they're right there with the big thicket and people
Right.
come and visit the big thicket.
Yeah.
So I think anywhere that has some sort of visual attraction that you can go and visit and things to go experience, whether a lot of the Silsbee Creek area and whatnot, you should have a hotel. You should have somewhere for people to stay. That way,
Right.
it gives them a reason to go visit.
Right.
It gives them an
Even
easier
if you do
chance.
have to stay outside of Silsbee. Silsbee's like a geographical
Oh, yeah.
oddity. It's 10 minutes
Yeah.
from everywhere.
Yeah. 10 minutes from everywhere. Anyways, this is Opinions and Beer, and so we're going to move on to the beer of the day. And I'm going to have these guys try the beer of the day with me today. So today's beer of the day is the Imperial Texan, keeping it Texas while in Silsbee, Texas. But this is actually brewed in Fort Worth, Texas by Martin House Brewing. It is a double red, double IPA. It comes in at 9% alcohol by volume. This is going to be a bitter bad boy. So I got some sample glasses here. We're going to try this beer. Let me pour some samples for you. Pour some samples for you. Now, I was going to bring some fruity beers, but I was like, I'm not bringing them some fruity beers. Even you might have liked the fruity beers better. But I'm going to bring them a Texas man beer.
Because we're men.
We are men. Despite my current look.
It's a glandular problem.
It's already... So, here we go. Let's try this beer.
Cheers.
It smells very hoppy. What's y'all's initial thoughts on this beer?
You're right about the bitterness. There, it is got a good bit of bitter in it.
But it's fresh.
It is fresh. It's very fresh.
It's fresh, very malty. That's the one thing you're going to find in double IPAs. It's right there. See, I usually don't like double IPAs. This being a red, it has a bit more of the maltiness flavor that you like.
Right.
Right.
Typical double IPAs I don't really like because it's like it's either I don't like that weird mix of malt and bitter. I either like it to be extreme bitter, triple IPA, super 100 IBUs, or very simplistic and like a little bitter on the tongue. But
Right.
this sort of is right there where the malt and bitter is half and half.
Mm-hmm.
But it being a red, I like the malt has a little bit more flavor than it would a traditional
Right.
double, and I think it's a solid beer.
Yeah.
What do y'all extra thoughts? Any thoughts? You just consumed yours.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
So it's pretty solid.
I grew up saying, if I clean my plate,
Yeah.
that means it's good, and I like it. I really do.
Why doesn't your beer company that you work for as a day job? Why doesn't your day job people stock this beer?
I don't know.
I think you need to talk to Martin House.
Yeah.
about
Talk
that.
to Martin
would-
House.
That's way above my pay grade. So
You need to get paid more. Upgrade your pay grade.
yeah,
Upgrade your pay grade. So sipping on this beer, trying this double red, double IPA, 9%. Woo! It's a solid 9%. That's pretty high for a for a beer, to be honest.
Yeah.
All the beers are around 7, 6, 5.
I think I've seen it at 8, and that's
Yeah,
about
when-
the highest I've ever seen.
When
so.
you hit about 9%, you have a chance of hitting into that really like rubbing alcohol taste. I'm not.
That's what I was about to say. You mentioned it's really balanced, and it doesn't have that really harsh aftertaste of a normal double IPA.
Yeah. So, what would y'all guys rate this beer out of a scale of 1 out of 10? And you can do points and stuff. We used to rate things colors, but we used to rate things colors. So I mean,
1 to 10, I'd say it's a solid 6.5. It's not something that I'd drink a whole sixer of, but it's very enjoyable to have 1 or 2.
Oh, yeah.
Hanging out on a day, chatting with some friends.
I mean,
maybe
it may
grilling some
take 1 or
burgers.
2 just to get someone buzzed. That's,
yeah.
Just 1 or 2 might buzz somebody.
I mean, looking at it from perspective, everybody has different taste. I'd probably give it 7.4. somewhere like that.
7.4. Heck yeah.
It's arbitrary.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to give this beer a solid. And okay, so usually I don't drink beers unless I have them in the podcast. But this particular one I have secretly had prior to the podcast. It tastes way better after drinking other IPAs. So I had a crush. So I drank a Crush City IPA. It's very citrusy, very light. And then I drank this one, and this one tasted super good after already having like a bitterness on the tongue. Right. When you drink it just straight by itself, it is lacking in some of the areas that I originally had thought it had. With that being said, I'll give it a solid 8. Give it an 8 out of 10. Okay. And that's
I only gave it a 6.5 because IPAs aren't really my favorite thing.
No, yeah, that's
like that's the whole stigma of all like the microbreweries and new breweries right now. It's I'm gonna throw an IPA out there because that was the big market for the last 5 or 6 years. Like everyone's all about IPAs.
And I'm being nice to this beer because Martin House so far has disappointed me in every beer I've tried from them. And so this is the one beer where I'm like, okay, this is at least something that doesn't taste like pure medicine. Because I just had a beer from them. It was a melted Rocky Road, and it tasted like cetirizine. I don't know if you ever had cetirizine, but it's an allergy medicine, and it literally tastes like cetirizine. That's my rant of the day about fucking
Fort
Worth.
I know
Martin
for a
House
fact that we talked about like chocolate and vanilla and stuff being in beers and stuff like that. I think somebody talked about the Dunkaroos beer.
Yeah, they made them. I haven't tried it.
So it's but what I hear, it's not worth it.
Yeah, I know because
I saw somebody review it. It's not very.
Look, Martin House is popular because of that freaking dill pickle beer. That's it. Dill pickle beer.
They made that.
Yeah,
okay.
Maids or whatever. Yeah, the Maids pickle beer.
Yeah.
I never tried the Maids pickle beer, but that's why they're popular. And so they're getting all this high praise, like, oh, look at their beer. Oh, they have crazy beer. And then you taste it, and it's dog shit, except this one. This one's okay. This one's okay.
Have you ever done a lot from Road?
And they were rude, too. They sucked. I went in there, and they sucked, personally. I went to 2 breweries while in Fort Worth. The first one was this one. Didn't like the people. Second one, loved the people. They were super nice, super friendly. Even bought some glasses from them. That's how nice they were. I was like, I'll buy your merch. I'll buy your merch. But yeah, so here we go. We got a 6, a 7, and an 8. 7.4. And an 8. I'm going to give it you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to give it a 7.8 because I'm bitter now about this fucking brewery.
I'll price this right. I'll give it a 7.9.
There you go.
So here's the thing, guys. This was just our opinions. And that's fine. Because all we have here are opinions and beer.
Got it.
Woo! That was fun.
I like it.
But now you're
We are a million and billion.